He has done stand-up comedy and performed improv too. He began his creative life writing poems, but that pretty much died after puberty let go of his brain. His wife is deeply impressed with what he's done in this class, but she just doesn't know it yet. So let's make some noise for the Renaissance man, Topher Robinson.
In a world where kittens go hungry, plans are broken, and my wife keeps secrets. But these are secrets that are justified. That's not my real voice. Anyway, so it's my 55th birthday, and we are. I'm not really into like trying to celebrate. I basically have had 2 years of torture, basically, from people who I thought I knew and trusted. And so I'm not really up for any kind of celebration. So what I'm looking to do is just have a nice quiet dinner, maybe with some friends, just a close couple. And that's what the plan was. The goal was to basically have dinner with another couple, and a couple that we like. Now, it would be weird if we had dinner with a couple we didn't like, or even with a couple we didn't know, like those two. But my wife, she just said, let's have this dinner, and we're going to go to a Korean chicken joint called Banchan. Now, Banchan is wonderful twice fried chicken, and if you'll find out. So we decide to go. We make the arrangements. We coordinate with the other couple, and we're headed on our way over to this wonderful Korean restaurant. And on the way over, we get this text from the other couple, and it says, well, the restaurant was packed, and it's going to take like an hour or longer wait, and why don't we just go on over to Mission Barbecue? It's funny how a text can have an accent. But we continue on, and what happens was my wife tells me this text, and I'm thinking twice fried chicken. But, it's basically on my mind, and if you don't know, well, now you know. It's addictive. So we continue on to, we decide, my wife says, how about Mission? Do you want to do that? And I say, now I'm not a violent person. I am not bipolar, but I do have ADHD, so it takes a while for it to register, and my wife's probably impatiently expecting me to answer. So, but I'm salivating. I'm thinking of twice fried chicken. It's important. Anyway, through my salivation, after I hear the words, I hear the disappointment, and I'm processing this, and I basically, I need to swallow. So I swallow, and then I say, okay. I had the courage. I don't know where I got the courage, but I got the courage to say, okay. So we're on our way over to Mission Barbecue. So we pull into the parking lot, we park, we head into the sweet, sweet smell of meat. And I don't know if you noticed this already, I am about the meats. Not Arby's necessarily, but So we head into the restaurant, And I'm headed to the register thinking, oh yeah, let's see, what am I going to order? Because I was already, as you know, my path was to chicken, and now I'm at mission, so is it going to be pulled pork? Is it going to be brisket? What is it going to be? So I'm headed to the register, and then I feel my wife push me past the register, and I'm thinking, the person who will take my river of desire and turn it into fulfillment is back that way, honey. But then I see the husband of the other couple, Steve, as it turns out. That's his name, Steve. Everybody, Steve, everybody. I just see him, and he's heading through a doorway. And so the weird thing is, this doorway is away from us. And I'm thinking, well, surely she's just trying to coordinate with us getting together and see where they're seated and all. But this doorway that heads away from us is draped with this tinsel that's up and down, full left and right. It's full doorway tinsel, and it has this really helpful aspect that obscures anyone's vision either into or out of said dining room. And I'm just amazed at the tinsel at first, but I just try to ignore that because I want to order food. That's just who I am. So I push through the doorway with my wife behind me, and there is a room full of, say, about 30 people, and none of them have a court summons, which is great. This is a room filled with people who are here for me, for little me, and I am amazed and stunned and shocked, and I'm a bunch of thesaurus words for this. It turns out that my wife has planned and successfully executed a surprise birthday party for me. And it's 55. I mean, is it a milestone? It's a speed limit. Is it a milestone? So I see a bunch of people who I like, who I am glad to see. I see Josh and Jen Smith, who we haven't seen them in over a year. I see the families from our home fellowship group. I see another couple who had just arrived from Baltimore, fashionably late, but they arrived. That's important. They're there. And this is all still, I'm still like flabbergasted at all these people. I mean, and then suddenly Charlie picks up his guitar and he's playing a tune, and they're singing happy birthday to me. And, honestly, it's just, a little bit beyond me, because I'm not a person who thinks of myself as worthy of being celebrated. It's something I call lack of self-esteem. You get it from trauma. Maybe you didn't. But we spend the next 2 hours lauding my many perfections and bonuses. We barely got the time to do everything that was so great about me. But we squeezed it in. But we had this game. It was pitted me against everybody else individually at a time, one at a time, where it was a trivia game, and I won, so yay me. There was people relating personal stories, anecdotes. There was another, Linda, she wrote a poem herself that said something like, he will solve our IT stuff, he'll hug us when it's rough, and read IKEA directions, and that's really rough. There was another gentleman who stood up and read 2 poems that somebody else wrote. And one was about the birthday of Cheerios, and another was about the trees growing. I'm sure it relates. I didn't know that I inspired so much poetry out of people, really. It was very, where was NPR in their tiny desk? But another person, he got up and he quoted Mr. Rogers. And I never watched Mr. Rogers, but I did actually meet him one time, so bonus. There is just so much that was happening that night, and so many wonderful things from people. And I asked my wife, why? Why did you think to, plan this party for me? And she said, well, life has been giving you a bunch of kicks and punches lately, and I think that you needed to see that you are loved. And, she was right. It was very, very much needed for me to see that there are people who actually did love me in this world. And wanted me to be around. So that was a nice gesture. Now, I'm not the kind of person who likes to get gifts. I like to give them. For most of my life, it's been kind of rough on as far as like, will people even know it's my birthday? That's because I spent time in the military, so it kind of gets rough there, doesn't it? You know who we are. So I like to give gifts on my birthday, but the wonderful thing that everybody did for me that night is they gave me one wonderful gift. I got to pay the bill. And the greatest thing is, the very next night, we got to go to Bon Shop. So yeah, I'm loved. Thank you.